So it's Sunday night. I'm just kind of hanging out on Games Workshop Online and reminiscing about a campaign that I played with some friends and acquaintances back in the day of 4th edition, and it was the Cities of Death campaign for Vogen that is still actually available on the UK site. I'll put up a link at the end of the clip. But it was a blast. The complete campaign and everything you need to play is actually online and free. But you will need a copy of not Cities of Death, but Battlezone City Fight. So that might be a little bit, Codex City Fight will be kind of hard to locate, but if you do locate a copy, it should be cheap and probably fairly easy to adapt with a little love. So anyway, while we were playing, we would kind of tart up the story. You know, we were each playing a different army. I was playing Marines. We had some IGs, some Eldar, and some Sisters. But anyway, we would have these little stories that we would put out to each other, kind of debate each other, tease each other, and we had a lot of fun. But I think the funniest thing that came out of all those was a game was played between Chaos and Imperial Guard, and it was pretty amusing because the IG player put cavalry in the city, which under 4th edition rules they couldn't enter the buildings, or at least the buildings as we were playing them. And so it was funny to have these horses chasing these Chaos Marines through the city, and the Chaos Marines running into the buildings. And anyhow, what came out of that was the Chaos player writing a little blurb the following day. And it was so funny that I actually printed it and kept it. And so here it is, my next, or my best newscaster voice. Let me get a little sip here. Good times. Anyhow, breaking news from Terra. In light of the recent IG debacle on Vogen, the Terran High Lords have decided to send Commissars Yerrick and Gaunt to Vogen. Reports out of Vogen have rolled the High Command in recent days. Initial reports and unconfirmed sources state the IG commander on the scene had a complete breakdown and decided to employ cavalry in the city. Other reports state the IG infantry units panicked when a drop pod landed in their lines and what appeared to be Space Marines poured out of it. Commissar Yerrick had this to say about the recent reports. I find it totally unconscionable that an IG commander, and I use that term loosely, could not instill in his men the proper fighting vigor and discipline that we expect of all IG units. I can assure you that if I find out the reports are true of cavalry being used in units lacking leadership, in panicked mobs, heads will roll. This commander will find himself leading a penal colony on the first demon world I can find after I pull my boot out of his butt. My contacts on Vogen have not been able to get a statement on the record from the IG commander. Sources that wish to remain anonymous said he was resting. This is Dan Ballbreaker Blather, live from the Terran High Council. Well, I found it amusing too, and so that's definitely a thanks to Papa Chaos from way back in the day. Anyhow, I noticed it's under the UK Games Workshop website, which is going to be uk.gamesworkshop.com, and it'll actually be labeled now as Cities of Death, but it is indeed the Studio City Fight campaign. All the information is still on there to play. It may still be on the US site, but and I think they also put up an interactive map, but that's stuff you don't really need to play. You just need Codex City Fight, and you need the maps and some extra rules and stuff like that, which is really nice to have a nice big map for everybody to put their little pins in and stuff like that. And different territories have different, it's very similar to the strategy counters that are being used in City Fight and Apocalypse and stuff like that. So good times, and a predecessor of where we are now. And it's not always bad to go back and take a look at once was. So enjoy it, and have a nice evening.